Hey everybody, what's going on? So I just want to apologize again. I know it's been the last couple of weeks. I haven't really been posting much with being sick, and then unfortunately yesterday my cat of 15 years kind of passed away. So it's been a bit of a rough couple of weeks, but so if it's a little bit slow to continue this week, I do apologize. But I'll be getting back on it as soon as possible, and I'll start making more videos for you because I know it's been slow for the past couple of weeks. Um, Today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about, the upcoming Canadian election and, whether people are going to. I know a lot of people. I've made a video already asking if Canadians were going to switch over to the NDP, and I think we got a very clear answer on that. Um, and I'm just trying to kind of get to the bottom as to why people don't. And I think, to be honest with you, I think the reason that people aren't going over to the NDP is because I think a lot of Canadians are upset with them, and I don't think they trust them. I think that there's a lot of people who were maybe thinking about the NDP, but then were questioning the NDP as to why they weren't breaking off their coalition and forcing a vote of non-confidence that we could have an election this year, and they didn't do that. Now, we'll have to see where things go, because I think, in my opinion, the reason they didn't want to call an election is because they didn't think they could win, because the Conservatives just have so much support right now. That being said, yeah, you have a lot of NDP support here in Hamilton. You have it in Vancouver. You have a lot in major cities in Alberta like Calgary or Edmonton. I think it's all of Edmonton and then only the north part of Calgary or something like that. It's not all of Calgary, but there's a good chunk of Calgarians who do like the NDP. That being said, though, in Ontario, Pierre Poilievre is up 15 points. The Maritimes also seem to be switching heavily in favor for the Conservatives as well. Plus, you'll have Middle Canada, like a lot of places in Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba. If the Conservatives get Saskatchewan, Manitoba, part of Alberta, Ontario, and the Maritimes, yeah, there's no chance. It's going to be not only a Conservative win, but a Conservative majority. Now, can the NDP stop that and kind of convince people, hey guys, come vote for us? Well, they do have an NDP mayor in Toronto. There's an NDP mayor here in Hamilton. And I believe I don't know if it's the mayor or a PM in Vancouver who's also, not a PM, an MP in Vancouver who's also in the NDP. Now, that being said, you look at Vancouver and, especially on like, what's happening with the Safe Supply Act and the drugs being now even a heavier influence in school. You have more homeless people. Just like here in Hamilton, you have more homeless people. 10 cities keep popping up. Olivia Chow just got in Toronto, so you can't really judge too much yet. But if Olivia Chow, Andrea Horwath, and I can't remember the guy's name in Vancouver, but if these guys let those major cities continue to spiral downward, all of Canada is going to see that. Because if you destroy a major city already more than it's already being destroyed, other people are going to be turned off and they're going to vote Conservative. Yeah, maybe, the NDP, a lot of people think that it'd be good to tax the rich more and have all these social issues fixed. But let me tell you something. If people are worried about paying rent, if people are broke, if people can't save, they don't have money for an emergency, they don't care about all these social issues as much. They're worried about their life. They're worried about their income. They're worried about how much longer is it going to be until I'm homeless. A lot of people are worried about that right now. And this has all been happening under the Liberal NDP coalition. So a lot of people in Canada are viewing the NDP very similarly to the Liberals because they're on the same team. Now, to be fair, Jagmeet Singh did side with Conservatives when it came down to the carbon tax pause. But that being said, like that one thing isn't going to be enough. Hamilton, Toronto, and Vancouver need to start vastly improving, and they need to start improving soon, or else Canada's going to look around at us and say, look what the NDP is doing here. It's even worse than what the Liberals are doing. More tent cities, more homeless people. You're going to take all this tax money that the NDP wants. They apparently want 80% if you make more than $400,000, which just happens to be slightly more than what the Prime Minister makes. Okay, it's an interesting number, but all right, 80% at $400,000. Are we still going to have potholes on Barton Street? Are we still going to have as many people failing in our education system? What about all the sick people in our healthcare system? Is that going to improve? My guess is no. But you're going to take all the money and not show a single receipt. People don't trust that. Not to mention, I don't know a lot about Jagmeet Singh's personal history, but I have read some comments in the last video I made, and a lot of people do not like him. And they're gone from the Liberals, and they're not going to go to the NDP. Where are they going to go? The Conservatives. The NDP and the Liberals have pushed Canadians into the Conservatives' hands. And unless things change, the Conservatives are going to win a majority, absolutely. So, we'll see what the NDP has to say here. I don't trust any politician, but I certainly don't trust the NDPs who went along with the Liberals for all these years while Canada has been destroyed. We're not respected around the world anymore. It's kind of embarrassing. And so hopefully this, I'm hoping Andrea Horwath and Olivia Chow do a great job. I just don't think they will. They're not so far. But maybe things will change. We'll have to see. But either way, if the Conservatives do get in, you will see some changes. Hopefully a lot more affordable housing is built. 'Cause that's the key thing. People always talk about they want housing. Okay, but you can't just build $500,000, $600,000 condos everywhere. No one can afford that. Build a nice little single-family bungalows and sell them for $150,000 a year. There's got to be a way to make money off of that. Either way, they got to figure something out. And they got to do something soon, because if not, if they continue to allow Hamilton, Toronto, and Vancouver just to kind of get ran into the ground, no one's going to trust them for a very long time, and people are going to be very, very angry, and they will switch to the Conservatives.